Hey everyone, hope you've had a good week so far. My name is Katie and I'm a forecaster with the National Weather Service in Atlanta or Peachtree City. And this is the weekly weather briefing as of Thursday, September 3rd, and this goes out for the following 7 days. Here's an overview of what we're looking at for the next week. Not surprisingly, hot and humid with fairly low rain chances today, Thursday, and Friday. Worth noting is that heat index values between 100 to 105 degrees are possible across much of central Georgia both days. This is just below heat advisory criteria, so we're not expecting an issuance of a heat advisory, but we will of course be monitoring heat index values each day, so we'll keep you updated on that. Also, rain chances will be on the increase this weekend, and then from there is some uncertainty concerning a possible cold front next week and the rain chances associated with that. So we'll talk about that forecast uncertainty a little bit later. High temperatures will start off warm in the upper 80s to mid 90s, but then they'll fall into the mid and upper 80s by early next week. And finally, while the tropics are active in terms of disturbances that are forming off of Africa, none of those are forecast to impact North and Central Georgia, at least in the next 5 days. So we'll start off with today. This is Thursday. Maximum temperatures across the area will be anywhere from the upper 80s in North Georgia to the mid and even upper 90s for portions of central Georgia. When you factor in the humidity, heat index values will max out in the lower 90s in the North Georgia mountains to the low 100s across eastern and central Georgia. As far as rain chances go, like I said, they're pretty low. Today it looks like any type of shower or storm development will probably occur in far northern Georgia, and even that rain chance is only about 15 to 20%. Same graphics, but for Friday now. Maximum temperatures, so our highs will be in the mid 80s, upper 80s across North Georgia, lower to mid 90s with some upper 90s for central Georgia. Again, heat index values factoring in humidity. They could be a little bit higher tomorrow, so we'd be looking at, again, eastern and central Georgia having some values up to 103, even close to 105. So we'll be making sure those values are, in fact, below heat advisory criteria. Rain chances are also going to be a little bit higher tomorrow, not by much, but rain chances will also cover a little bit of a greater area of North Georgia, so that light green shading on the rain chance graphic would be around 20%, 25% chance of rain. And then in the slightly darker green, about 25 to 30, 35% chance of rain. So this translates to isolated to scattered showers at a few storms across North Georgia for Friday. Alrighty, weekend rain chances. This part of the forecast is still fairly confident. This is before we kind of get the uncertainty of that cold front early next week. So for the weekend, rain chances will actually be confined mainly along and south of I-85. That's because there will be a meandering cold front, kind of becoming a stationary front down near southern Georgia and the Gulf of Mexico. So that will kind of focus showers and storms across the central part of the forecast area. So Saturday, rain chances are again in the slight chance to a chance. So rain chances around 20% or so. And then for Sunday, a little bit higher rain chances, especially for our southernmost counties at about 40 to 50% chances. And as you head up a little closer to Metro Atlanta and I-20, slight chance of showers and storms on Sunday. So the weather pattern next week is a little bit murky, and it's mostly because our forecast models are not in good agreement concerning the weather pattern that will be driving rain chances from Monday through Thursday. So right now, our thinking is that a cold front in some capacity will track across the central and eastern U.S., and depending on how far south that cold front moves, it could bring scattered showers and storms for Monday through Thursday. And this graphic here shows the potential cold front location as of Thursday morning. This graphic is from the folks at the Weather Prediction Center. And the light green shading is anywhere where scattered showers would be possible. So as always, when there's some forecast uncertainty a little bit farther out, continue to monitor our forecast daily as we're making updates a couple times a day, and we'll fine-tune that forecast as models get a little bit of a better handle on how things will unfold. All right, temperatures. This is the temperature forecast for Atlanta as kind of a baseline, and this is comparing those temperatures, both highs and lows forecast, to normal temperatures, or what's average. So for today, Atlanta's high will be around 93, and you can see the red line is well above the shaded section in the middle of the graphic, and that's kind of showing you the normal range between highs and lows for these days of the year. So 93, 91 tomorrow, 89 on Saturday. And you can see the slight downward trend in high temperatures, again, as we get a little more rain, a little more cloud cover, and we could even see some mid-80s as we head into the early and middle part of next week, assuming we do get even more clouds and rain with that possible cold front. Overnight lows will also be a little bit cooler as we head toward the weekend. Atlanta could have some lows in the mid-60s, which we haven't seen for a little while. So that's kind of where temperatures are looking to be for the next, let's see, about 5 days or so, 7 days. So you can kind of take this idea of temperature trends and kind of put it in the context of farther north Georgia, central Georgia. The whole area will likely see a bit of a downward trend in temperatures from today through the weekend, even into early next week. All right, and finally the tropics. This is the 5-day tropical outlook from the National Hurricane Center. Kind of a lot going on here. There's Omar, which is a tropical depression well off into the western central Atlantic, moving away from the United States. There's also Nana, which is currently over portions of Central America. So that is also not going to have a direct impact on the United States. There are 3 disturbances in the eastern Atlantic Ocean near the coast of Africa that are currently being monitored by the National Hurricane Center, and that's what you see with the X's and those hatched kind of circular oval areas. So there's one X in orange that's about a 40 to 60% chance of further development in the next 5 days. The red X shows that a disturbance will move into an area where it will have greater than a 60% chance for further development. And finally, just off the coast of Africa, a 40% or less than a 40% chance of development of a disturbance there. So clearly these are far away from the U.S. There's no impact from any tropical development expected in the next 5 days, but of course the tropics are active, a lot of disturbances are forming, so we'll keep an eye on that as these progress further west into the Atlantic. And just a reminder, we are approaching the peak of hurricane season. You can see the peak indicated by the kind of tallest part of this graph with red shading showing you the number of hurricanes and tropical storms, and then the number of hurricanes in the yellow. So there's definitely a peak in the number of those systems as we head toward early mid-September. So, and this is for the Atlantic. So a reminder that Atlantic hurricane season isn't over technically until November 30th, and we are currently active in the tropics. So certainly don't let your guard down. We're always keeping an eye on the tropics for any type of a forecast that could impact north and central Georgia. All right, so to summarize really quickly, hot and humid weather will continue today and Thursday, or rather today, which is Thursday, and Friday. Fairly low rain chances for this time of year with a little bit of drier air in place. Heat index values between 100 to 105 degrees are possible across much of central Georgia, both today and Friday. Rain chances do increase as we head into the weekend, though there is some uncertainty concerning rain chances early and middle of next week, mostly due to uncertainty about a possible cold front impacting the southeast. High temperatures will be on a downward trend from the upper 80s to mid-90s toward the mid and upper 80s as we go from the weekend into early next week. And finally, the tropics are active, but right now no disturbances are forecast to impact north and central Georgia in the next 5 days. So a quick reminder, this is the briefing for Thursday in the next 7 days, so there will be no 1 p.m. live briefing. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us via NWS chat, email, or by phone. And as always, thank you so much for all that you guys do on your end. Here's our contact info, our phone number. Both the PowerPoint and PDF versions of this briefing will be on the briefing page, our website here, as well as our Twitter and Facebook pages. And in the next hour or so, this recording will also be uploaded onto YouTube, and that is our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for your time, and we hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend.